So we're here at Mo's place, picking up this BMW. It's a 2800 CS. And I'm sure it's familiar to some of you. And where I'm picking up my car, here you have this E30 M3, the very desirable in white. For those of you who can afford, I need to bring a Brazilian flag to hang there. And this car was just sold to a new customer. A friend of mine sold it, and he was just out of my price range for this kind of car. But it's a beauty. Very straight. Not a dent, not a ding. Beautiful. Mo is not here today, but I'm just showing you guys cars I know you like. This 2002 here looks like there's some work being done. And look at the Mini. This is a Mini here, like you've seen in one of our videos. So this is the other side of the car here. And it's quite straight actually, it's just dusty. It's been sitting here for a while. And we're gonna keep this original color. I'm not repainting it. I'm just gonna drive as it is. Yeah. And no remorse. You know, if you make it, if you repaint it, then we fall in the situation of that entry. Like then you can't really touch it, it's gonna scratch, what's gonna happen. Sure. This way, I want mechanically sound. The interior is nice. It's night and day between the inside and outside, but at least I can drive it. I'm gonna install back the original rims. That's kind of bumpy, too stiff. Yeah. It looks nice, but it's just a terrible ride. Yeah. The original ones are smaller, but thicker and a little more meat on the rubber, you know. And that's one of them. This is one of my favorites here for sure. It's a 6-cylinder, inline 6, much like the E30s. Same engine. And it doesn't have the post. When you lower the windows, you have that awesome effect. So we're here today driving a 2800 CS. It's a BMW E9 2800 CS. And this one is an automatic. And I've been driving this car for years. It drives good. I had intentions to tune the carburetor, but Mo here is overwhelmed with more modern BMWs and it just didn't work out at this shop. And the carburetor is fickle, yes. Sometimes you go to Big Bear, or here at the bottom of Big Bear Mountains, and when you go up the mountains you feel the carburetor, you know, reacts to elevation and things like that, as you know. But it's driving good. It's just when you turn on the AC, the idle go berserk. So at this time the AC is not on. It's a 1970 car. This was a gentleman's car, so it's a sort of interesting concept from back in 1970. It was a very advanced car in 1970. At the same time, there was crisis. There's the Vietnam War and soldiers dying, and and this car comes out. It was a very expensive BMW limited car. Today especially, there's not a whole lot of them left, but you notice it has a real wood veneer. And they're constantly putting wood conditioner on it and wood wax and so on and so on. It would be nice if it was a manual 5-speed, but it's not the case here, and I'm just gonna keep it the way it is. I had considered doing a mod, but buy another one eventually that is factory 5-speed. So, and also what's beautiful I like here is this wood steering wheel. It's not common on these cars. You don't see too many of them with this varnish. It's got real glossy lacquer, epoxy clear that is starting to chip off, but it protects the wood. It keeps it nice. But some places are chipping right here. And again, it's a car that I'm just enjoying driving the way it is. I'm not going to restore it. It has a manual sunroof right here, and we've redone the leather seats with dual leather, and I just had no choice. The original one was just crumbled. It was just falling off like dust. So we put this new one. It picks up speed and goes. You know, it's a fast car, no doubt. And it would drive even better with the original Italian type wheels. But it's very similar to the ones that they're on the Fiat, Dino, and the Ferraris. You'll see next opportunity we have. The keys for this car is very unique, as you can see. It was an advanced concept for the time, that's for sure. Just a little advice, if you're looking for one of these, of course I wish you the best luck finding one, but be careful with the rust. They're notorious for having rust, and it can make your restoration rather miserable. So make sure you find one with the minimum possible. This one doesn't have much rust. It's been in California, and the typical stereotype, you know, positive stereotype actually, of California cars. But I've been looking for, as I mentioned, a manual 5-speed, and it's just difficult. Some are just full of bondo and they've been painted. You don't know what's under all the paint, and you just can't find rust-free ones at reasonable price. That is, of course, you can spend $100,000 on a full restoration. Another accessory is really hard to find is the original radio, the Frankfurt, for this era, this vintage BMW. I happen to have the radio, I just don't have the face plate to mount it. It's also another piece that is quite hard to find. This particular item here, this car came with this dash. You would think it's all power, but it's not. The car's power windows on the back, but the front, they are roll-up windows, if you can tell. Here we're trying to make a turn on this very sketchy road here. You could do windows on the back. The regulators don't work anymore, but these buttons work for the rear windows, and here they were just dummies. I assume it's an option you could add on later, but this one probably came to the dealership like this and they just kept it. I just picked it up and you know, it was sitting there for repair for so long. It's a little dusty, so I apologize, but I just can't wait to show you. I can say this is my favorite car. We'll give it a wash and polish and so on and do this video again. The lines are just amazing. And this one is the automatic. It is what it is. Yes, you're gonna say 5-speed, automatic sucks, but I have no choice on the matter here at the moment.